You still think being the best craftsman guarantees success? You're dead wrong. Let me know if you can relate to this story. Tyler was a talented carpenter. In fact, one of the best in his area. People talked about his attention to detail, his ability to create custom stair treads or railings, his ability to build bunk beds from scratch, trap doors, right? All of these custom items, custom woodworking, right? Yet every time he looked at his bank account, what did he see? Zero or just above. Why? Because he was so busy building custom furniture, doing custom woodworking jobs that he never sent his invoices on time. Not only that, he never knew his true labor costs, right? He would guess and say, all right, I think for this job, I need to charge $500. Will you pay $500? Yeah, I'll pay $500. And so he would spend way more time than $500 was worth on a job, which meant he was constantly underpricing himself. Not only that, he had the fear of missing out, FOMO, when it came to particular jobs. And so there's a job that he could have charged $20,000 for, but he charged $10,000 because he feared that he wouldn't win the job if he charged what he knew it was worth and what he knew he was worth. And so now he's doing jobs at a loss. And then his truck broke down. And then he couldn't afford the repairs. And then he had to turn down a massive renovation job because he couldn't find additional help. So suddenly, being the most skilled carpenter in the area meant absolutely nothing. Why? Because he couldn't manage his cash flow and he couldn't plan for growth. And where did that leave him? Exactly where he didn't want to be, outside looking in. Craftsmanship, and I don't care how skilled you are with a hammer, with a screwdriver, with a wrench, with a shovel, won't give you what you want out of your business. I'll tell you that the biggest mindset shift that contractors have to go through, and I know this because it's what we teach all of our people, the biggest mindset shift is that you are not a plumber, an electrician, a roofer, a remodeler. You are a business owner. And until you understand that, you will still act like a 3-year-old who doesn't want to let go of his toys and doesn't want to share because he's what? Afraid of losing them. The problem with that is you will never grow your business to its full potential. The problem is you will never be top tier anything other than a craftsman. The problem is you will never be profitable and grow if you keep thinking, I have to do everything. Now think about this. Did you go to school for business? By the way, I do have a degree in business management. I can tell you that, but I couldn't tell you what classes I took. I remember there was an accounting class. I remember there was, economics class and some other stuff, right? What I can tell you is I remember the laws of supply and demand. That's what I can tell you. But most contractors don't go to school and get a degree, right? Most contractors learn through what we call the school of hard knocks. And what's the school of hard knocks? Let me try something. If that doesn't work, let me try something else. If that doesn't work, well, eventually I'm going to try something until it does work. You remember when you were a kid, your mom says, don't touch the electrical outlet. And what do? And that teaches you, hey, maybe I shouldn't touch the electrical outlet. Or the stove. Hey, it's hot. Don't touch. Well, I wonder what'll happen if I touch, right? How many of those can you take before you finally get smarter, right? That's what they call it. The degree from the school of hard knocks. You learn because you're hard-headed, not because you're smarter. But I will tell you, in order for you to build the business that you want, in order for you to have the freedom that you want, the only way that that's going to happen is if you learn to build a business, not around your craftsmanship, but around being a business owner. Hey contractors, let me tell you something real quick. A lot of contractors struggle because the business they created has them feeling stuck. If you feel trapped inside of your contracting business, still wearing all the hats and can't seem to get ahead, well, we'd love to help. We're offering a free planning session where we'll show you how to remove the chaos from your business and grow predictably. If you're interested, you need to go to our website, www.americancontractornetwork.com, and book your free session now. All right, that's it for me. Let's get back to the show. See, here a couple weeks ago, my wife and I took a few of our clients and we went on a cruise. We went on a cruise in the Caribbean, 7 days. My first cruise, so my legs got a little wobbly. We did get sick, which kind of sucked. But I'm going to tell you, we went to 4 different areas. We went to the Dominican Republic, U.S. Virgin Islands, British Virgin Islands, and the Bahamas. The beaches were absolutely amazing. The water, crystal clear and blue. The food, well, let's just say I gained a few pounds. But I'm going to tell you that that's the longest that I've been gone from my business since I started 7 years ago. The longest, 9 days away from my business. But I will tell you that I was not checking my phone. I was not checking email. I wasn't taking phone calls. None of that stuff was happening because I was on vacation. You see, because I've learned to create a business that doesn't revolve around me 24/7, 365. I have other people who can answer the phone. I have other people who can deal with clients. I have other people who can deal with billing. I have other people that can handle the business. But do you? See, without understanding that you are the reason that your business isn't growing, you will never take the steps necessary to get to that point. See, you have to understand that you're in business to make first money and then to keep money. I've dealt with contractors that are doing millions of dollars and losing money. In fact, this last year, one of our own contractors, now we started work with him towards the end of the year, but one of our own contractors in our network, a remodeler, lost money, lost over 6 figures, right? Millions of dollars coming in, lost over 6 figures. Now we know why now. Part of it had to do with pricing. Part of it had to do with the right people in the right seat and some other things. We know why now. But if you never figure out why, I don't care how much money you're making, you will never keep the amount of money that you need to keep to make it worth it. And so here's your reality check. There is no perfect project. There is no perfect cash flow. There is no perfect sales and no perfect leadership. But there is the opportunity for you to get better. And you only get better by learning the basics and the fundamentals of running a business. If you don't know how to price for profit, you won't be in business very long. The COVID days are over. If you were lucky enough to have a business during COVID, congratulations. All you had to do was slap something on the side of your truck that said electrician, roofer, whatever. Your phone was ringing off the hook. Everybody was calling you, right? Because everybody was doing work. They were stuck at home, right? But not anymore. Now you have to learn how to run a business. What is it that you need to do? Well, here's some practical moves that you can take. Number one, and most important, you need dedicated time every single week to review your finances and your profits. If you're not bidding for profits on the front end, you will not have profits on the back end. That includes your contracts, your change orders, and everything associated with money in between. Make sure you're getting paid. Make sure you're getting paid what you're worth. Make sure that any changes you're getting paid for. Make sure you're getting paid on time, i.e. getting your invoices in on time, right? Make sure that your money decisions are the right money decisions. The second thing, develop a structured sales process that positions you as the premium solution. There's a good friend of mine, Tim. In fact, he's been on the show here. Tim openly admits that he's the most expensive exterior contractor in the area, the most expensive. But he understands that in order for him to provide the level of service and to hire the right employees for his business, that's what he has to be. That's what he has to do. But because he's been able to do that, people want to work with him because there's not going to be issues. If there are issues, he's going to deal with them. Customer service is 10 out of 10, right? They love working with him. So you need to develop a structured sales process that can position you as the premium solution. Until you do, it's going to be just like a job, just over broke, a job. You're exchanging time for money. And most of the time, that's not worth it. And the third thing, this is going to be the hardest one for you. Yes, it is your job to manage people. Trust me, I've brought people on board and I've been like, okay, this is your job. Got it? Ready? Break. And then they go and they screw things up. And then I get mad at them because they screw things up. But it's not their fault that they screw things up. It's the fact that I was a pretty crappy leader, right? You have to learn how to lead. There's a lot of different books and courses out there. Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. Anything by Patrick Lencioni is great, right? Figure out how to become a better leader. Craftsmanship alone won't attract or retain the top talent. Great leaders who empower and hold people accountable will. People want to be held accountable. They don't want to be told what to do. They want to be in the right culture that fits who they are, that's going to help them get what they want out of life. And that, my friend, is your job as the owner of the business. Listen, the end game, the thing that you're ultimately after, is becoming the CEO, becoming the business owner. You have to put the tool belt down. You have to put the hammer down. You have to realize that you're a business owner first and a tradesperson, a craftsman second. If you can do that, you will end up building a profitable, enduring, legacy-filled business. All right, you know what time it is. It's time for you to get after it. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Thanks for listening to the Success Unleashed podcast. Before we go, show some love for your favorite podcast by liking, subscribing, and leaving us a review. Until we see you again, it's time to get after it. 3, 2, 1, off you go.